Good day, sirs and ma. Good day over there. I celebrate the grace of God upon your life. I'm so happy to be communicating with you over there. Wow, I was so happy, elated, and glad in my spirit while I was informed about your desire to have a movie project over there. Most of us, people outside your country, have this general perspective of the kind of opposition and all, but I'm so happy and so glad seeing that you are holding on over there, and I celebrate God in your life, and it is my prayer that God will continue to keep and preserve you all, sirs and mind, in the name of Jesus Christ. All right, so I'm so happy bringing this video tutorial to you, and according to the project in front of you, I really know that you will need these tutorials so that it's going to help you in proper preparation for the movie project, and as well as having some understanding of what it takes to have a movie project done. And the movie project we are talking about is not circular project. This is a gospel movie production. How other people can have an understanding of what movie project is. It can be maybe they are looking for money, it can be they are looking for fame and all, but when it comes to movie production, gospel movie production, our target are the souls of men. Our target are the souls of men. What can we put together to reach out onto people out there and draw them onto the knowledge of Christ? And that is our aim when it comes to gospel movie production. So I welcome you to this tutorial, and of course this tutorial is going to be an overview. It's going to be an overview of what what gospel movie production entails, and I'll diving straight into the production without wasting our time. Yes, when it comes to movie production, there are three different stages. There are three different stages that are involved in movie production. The first stage is the pre-production. The second is the production stage, and the last one is the post-production stage. Now, when we talk about the first, which is the pre-production talks about the preparatory stage for the production. The production I'm talking about here is the production where you shoot the movie, you call people on set, people will come to the set, and they will shoot a particular scene. The camera will be there, sound will be there. Okay, that is the production aspect. So the pre-production is the preparatory stage for the production. Without preparation, there can be an effective production. So pre-production state is very important, in fact very important as well as the production, because whatever you do in the pre-production, how you manage your pre-production will determine how your production is going to look like. So the pre-production starts from the conception of ideas. What do I mean by ideas? Every script that are produced are gotten from an idea or from an inspiration. And as I was saying the other time, I said this is gospel movie, souls of men. So it's not just any ordinary idea. When it comes to this gospel, it is an inspiration that is brought from God. It can just come as an instruction. Okay, this and this are what is going on in this society. I want you to write a script on that. So it can come as an inspiration. It can come as an inspiration from God. It can come as a revelation. It can just come as an instruction. So generally speaking, when it comes to gospel movie production, whatever script we are talking about, whatever movie we are talking about, should have its source and foundation from the giver of the inspiration, the giver of messages, the giver of life, which is God. The pre-production stage comes from this conception of this inspiration, and from the conception of this inspiration is going to be written down as a script. Yes, several other people just know, okay, let me just write it as a summary, or let me just tell the story and look for a script writer to do it. And in other videos, I might just have to take a particular video on script writing. But for this overview, just let me run through it. Script writing. So from the ideas, from the inspiration you got, is going to be converted into a script, and the script contains everything needed for the production: the lines, the dialogue, the character, the location, and all. The script is just the backbone. The script is the backbone of every production. Without a script, there can't be a movie. Without a script, there can't be any movie that we see. So if the script is not there, the movie cannot be there. And in fact, if the script are not properly written, the movie will not really serve its purpose. Will not serve its purpose. So from script writing now, there's another aspect, an advanced stage of script writing, which is the screenplay. Now it's people write a different script, and some write script for stage, some write script for radio programs, television programs, and all. Now, when it comes to movie, you should be able to write the script for the screen. You should be able to write visualize the script on the screen. So, not in a layman language, screenplay is just the transformation of the normal script into an imaginary screen. So, and the screenplay involves the dialogues, involves the camera angle and all. I'm not going to bore us with that because, as I said, there are still going to be other tutorials that will handle all those sections. All right. So from the screenplay, after you've written the script and the screenplay, to see a proper arrangement of the script. Yes, after seeing the proper arrangement of the script, the next thing is to get a director. And who is a director? A director is a person that oversees the production. A director is a person that oversees or is in charge of all the production. So the director will check the script, look into the script critically, and see, can I work with this script? As a matter of fact, some script writers do not want the director to do any modification of the script. Now, one thing I want you to know while you do this, while you prepare, is that a director, anybody that you are going to use that is as a director, must be vast. Is not somebody that should not be somebody that is not vast. It should be somebody that has a deep understanding of movie production. So a director is going to go through the script and say, okay, can I work with this script? And he can ask the question to the script writer, oh, I want to do a little modification to the script so that the story can be told in a more enlightening and understanding way. So the director can go through the script. The director can modify the script, and after modification of the script, and of course, it's not in all cases. There are some scripts that once the director gets the script, is satisfied with the script. So it's not all the script that the director is going to modify. So, but depending on the script, the director needs to go through the script, understand the concept, understand the ideas behind the script, understand what the script writer is trying to tell, understand the message that the script writer is trying to pass across. So, as even in gospel movie, a director should be a Christian, should be somebody that loves God. So because it is in the state of his heart that he will tell the story that you as a script writer has in mind. As a gospel movie, you can't expect somebody to be saying, okay, I want to do a reality to some very, very terrible scenes, maybe husband and wife scene on bed, outside the world. They can say, okay, let's make it real, let's make it. But gospel movie, you can't there are some barriers you have, because you are trying to pass a message, and you need to be careful the way you pass the message. So a director who is a believer will understand that there are some extent he ought not to get to while he's directing people on set. So a director should also be a believer who understands the message, and who really understand the message the scriptwriter is trying to pass across, and in fact should be a person that will help to bring the message in a very beautiful way. So that is the director. And now let me dive into production management. Production manager now. Now, production manager is the person that handles the production management. In a production, in a gospel movie production, in fact, in a general film movie production, there's always an important role. There's this role of production management. There is this office of the production manager that helps to lessen the burden, of the producer, or helps to lessen the burden on the scriptwriter. The production manager will also definitely read the script, understand the script, and he will help to see that he manages the production. The work of the production manager is to see that he manages the production, and he manages the production. He speaks with everybody involved in the production, both the cast and crew. You can't talk about production without the cast, without the crew. So there's a production manager will have this art of human relationship. He can be able to speak with people even when people are tired. He should be able to motivate people onto doing work even at their very weak state. So a production manager should be somebody that is vast, somebody that is energetic, and somebody that understands human relation. And I've been on location sets where different people, personality of people are different. If a production manager does not know how to differentiate the personality of individuals, there will be problem on set. So a production manager that you are going to be working with should be somebody that understands human relationship and should be able to work with individuals, should be able to should have understanding of what movie production is, should be able to sit down and plan the production. He must not waste unnecessary time, because if he doesn't have a proper planning before the location or before the production, when he gets to the production, there will be problem. People just be sitting idle without doing anything. So a production manager will know the number of people coming on the production set. We know the number of crew coming on the production set. We know, okay, the welfare people working, the people that are cooking or that should be cooking for the people acting or working behind the scene, are they there? We know the number of things needed on set. And of course, a production manager cannot do all things. In fact, I'm going to make a very elaborate video on this production management, because once the production manager is not effective, the production will be faulty. In fact, the director relies more on the production manager to see that things are done things are done with ease, not with stress. So I'm still going to make an elaborate video on production management. Excuse me. Okay, now in production management, a production manager should be able to make a production schedule. It should be able to make a production schedule that will contain the schedule of the project. He must personally have this production schedule to say, okay, these are the numbers of days I want to use for this production. These are the numbers of people that should come on this production. This is their telephone number for me to call. This is the number of time. This is the particular time that they should come on set. This particular time they should, you should have an understanding of the production. So the person should be able to plan the production and have a schedule for it. All right, so let me move into location manager. All these crew are needed even before the location. A location manager now is a person that plans, works on the locations. And what do I mean by the location? They are the sets for each of those scenes. Now, a location manager should be able to study the script and understand the exact need for location of for each of those scenes. So, for instance, now if we are to talk about the location of a rich man, you can't be using a small room with one single chair, one TV and all for a rich man. Of course, that does not depict a rich man, except if you want to say that the rich man is disguising. Okay, and that's another thing. But now we are seeing a rich man a person that is wealthy. So a person that is wealthy, that is rich, should live in an elaborate house where you see several cushion chairs, you see wonderful sets, interior beautification, you see interior decor and all. You see those things will be there to show that okay, this man is rich. So a location manager will be the person that will source for the location. The location manager will look for the exact location that will really give the definition of what is inside the script. So if the location manager does not understand his role, there will be problems. There will be problem. So in fact, as soon as the script is available, is made available, production manager should start work and start looking for exact location. So, but I want to give an advice for this location manager. My advice for the location manager is that while you sort for the locations, you should not allow the locations to be far from each other. That's I've been on set where that was my very first movie, Open Grave. I was in 300 level. I was in 300 level in my for my first degree, and then we shot a movie. And that movie, I just wrote my script and I wrote different scene. I wrote different. My locations were too far from each other. The distance were too far from each other. So assuming you can just imagine now, we shot a scene here and just one scene here, and in the next 2 minutes, I'm sorry, the next scene is the distance is maybe in the next 3 kilometers, very far from where I am, or maybe even farther than that. So that was how I worked on, and it was very stressful because you have to transport people from one place to the other. So my candid advice for the location manager is that he or she should get the locations that are closer to wherever you are shooting, or you should get all the locations very close to each other. It's going to help the work. It's going to limit your stress. It's going to limit the stress. It's going to reduce burden because you might not have to be running after transportation and all. Okay, if the location is here where you are shooting, there should not be far. Should not be far from where you just finished shooting. So the location manager should be able to see the scenes, check the script, understand the locations, and as a matter of fact, tries as much as possible to organize the location not too far from each other. I want to move to another important aspect of the pre-production, the planning. That's the continuity. A continuity manager, a continuity man will be in charge of the continuity. If a scene is related, if a scene, now if a particular person put on a cloth in scene, maybe scene 5, and the same cloth is needed for scene 7, a continuity should be vast, should have this understanding, should keep the record, and should be able to understand the script and sees, okay, there's continuity in this for this particular cloth, there's continuity for this particular location, there's continuity for this particular car. So we'll be able to understand, see into the script. So I'm still going to make a separate tutorial for continuity. So a continuity also works on making shooting schedule. Although the work also is related, the continuity and the production manager will work on the shooting schedule. Now, I also want to say that the shooting schedule is going to be the schedule of shooting. the schedule of shooting. Okay, you want to shoot, your production is January, or maybe from 1st to 3rd, okay, or 1st to 7th, as the case may be. The continuity will be able to draft out the shooting schedule. Okay, for day one, these are the scenes we are shooting. Now, it is not compulsory that you have to follow the order of the script, of the scenes rather, in the script. Okay, that you want to shoot scene one. Okay, for day one is scene one, scene two, scene three, then day two, scene four. No, that's not how we do it. The way we do it is that for day one, if in your script now, if you notice that, okay, there's this particular sitting room that someone used in scene one, that same sitting room is also used in scene 10, it's used in scene 20, it's used in scene 23, it's used in scene 24, it's used in scene 25. So you can just combine all those scenes into a place, make everything together, combine everything, and to combine all those things together. Okay, and say, okay, this is what we want to shoot in day one. Maybe day one morning. Okay, in the morning of day one, we want to shoot inside that sitting room. So we do this in 10, we do this in 20. So we do all the scenes that involve that sitting room that very day. So it will be easier for you. Not that, okay, you shoot in one here and come back again. No. If it's a single sitting room, you shoot everything you need. Every sense that involves that sitting room, shoot it that particular time. So although the person will have to change clothes, yes, we assume it's a different day, but most people, you don't know. We shoot them at a time. We shoot them at a time. We shoot everything. We shoot, okay, that sitting room, except if the scenes are too bulky. Okay, you can split it into days. Okay, let me just shoot three scenes today inside the sitting room today. Let me shoot another tomorrow. I'll shoot another 4 scenes still in that scene. So the production manager as well as the continuity will sit down with the script. Now, in fact, this is the work of the continuity majorly, that is going to sit down with the script and analyze. There's something we call script analysis. I'm still going to come to that tutorial for the continuity. There's something we call script analysis. In that script analysis, you will sit down with the script. The person in charge of continuity too is the person. So we analyze the script, write the scene by scene, the location. Okay, maybe sitting room. You write sitting room of Mr. Gbadi's sitting room. Write it for each of the scene. Is it sitting room? Is it bedroom? Is it on the road? Is it open field? Is it restaurant? Is it inside the coven? Whatever place. So they have to analyze it. Is it interior? Is it exterior? All those things, I'm still going to come into that in tutorials. I'm just trying to give an overview so that you are at least what can start with this tutorial. Okay, the script analysis will also help the production of the shooting schedule. All right, let me just stop there. We also have the sound effect. Now, the background effect. This is the person in charge of what kind of music will you like to play underneath each of those scenes. Now, their professionalism to all these things. There are some scenes that are moody scenes. There are some scenes that are joyful scenes. You can't use the sound of a moody scene for a joyful scene. It doesn't work. So there are some of these sounds that has meaning. So while we are still in the pre-production stage, the person handling the soundtracks or the background effects, we have to sit with the script and analyze the mood of each of those scenes. That they call it music score, film score. We have to score the music and see which song will be befitting for each of that. Then we also have the set design. They are needed. In fact, they should be consulted as soon as the script is available. They will sit down with the script and say, okay, do we have all the locations? Do we have all the sets? Do we have all the sets, the location? Do we have adequate, do we have proper set for all our location? What do I mean by the set now? we want to talk about we want to show I'm trying to look for an example. I'm trying to see an example. You want to show a coven or a place where talks are, and definitely you have to seal some broken bottles. You see some bottles, you see some knives, you see. So that's the work of the set design. A set design must be able to say, okay, is the painting depicting the what is on the script? Is the painting depicting what is on the script? So if there are some things and attachments, there are some things that should be added to the set, to the location that was found, that will make it much more beautiful to really depict what is in the script, then that is the work of the set design. So in set design, we look at the script, analyze the script, and check, okay, what are those things that should be done to make that set beautiful, to really depict what is on the script. Then there's also the props and costume manager. The props now, there's difference between props and costume now. If I need a knife on the on this particular set, if I need a knife on a particular set where we are shooting, that knife is a prop. Is a prop. If I need a knife, is a prop. If I need a cutlass, or if I need a spoon for that scene, it is a prop. It is a prop rather. Alright, but the clothes I'm going to put on that really depicts that character, that clothes, that very clothes is a costume. So, in some, if you have enough people to handle, there can be someone that will handle the props. It will be the props manager. He will check the script and see everything needed, are the props needed available. So it's going to work on making all the props available. That's one. Then a costume manager will see to it that every of those cast has their appropriate costumes for their roles. So that is also needed. Then we also have the makeup. Makeup help to just make the picture, just like some of our films that you watch over there, at times we might have to make somebody up. Okay, fine. If we want to use an old man and the person has black hair, no single gray hair, you have to make up the person to have gray hair so as to depict that this person is truly old. I don't know if you understand. So we makeup should also get the script to understand those things that are there. Okay, let me just stop there for the pre-production. Let me move on to the production. The production stage is the stage where you are ready for shooting. Everybody is on set. The cameraman is there. I forgot to also mention that in the pre-production, the DOP, the cameraman, the director of photography should receive the script on time. So from there, you'll be able to know, okay, what are the camera angles that will be needed. In fact, the DOP and the director work so much because the director can have some special kind of angle shots that he wants the DOP should take. So they rehearse even before the production. And most of the time, it's always required that you have crew and cast meeting, even before you have the date of your shooting, where you talk, you read the scripts together, and you ask questions. Do anybody have separate questions for this particular script? And do everybody understand? Do everybody know their roles? And is everybody prepared? So that is going to help. So into the production, the shooting schedule, as I said, we also help to direct you even as you shoot. So day one, what are you shooting in day one? Are you shooting 3 scenes? Are you shooting 10 scenes? Are you shooting 15 scenes? Okay. Is it interior on exterior? What do I mean by interior and exterior? Interior is when you are shooting inside the house, like as I'm shooting now. As I am, this is interior scene. So if I'm outside, it is exterior. So EST, that's exterior, INT, that's interior. So are we shooting interior or exterior is going to be on the shooting schedule. Are we shooting day or night? Is it in the day or is it in the night? Okay, what part of the day? Is it in the morning or in the bright sun? Is it in the sunlight, or is it at is it around noon or so? So all those things are going to be on the shooting schedule to really help the work. So the shooting schedule are very, very, very important, and it's going to guide your production. On the production stage, you just need the shooting schedule must be made available. Then the location base, people should be at the location. You should all gather together. The casts that are on set should be available. In fact, 1 hour, 2 hours before the time of their shooting, they should be available, rehearsing their lines and should be preparing for their scenes. Then the welfare people, kitchen people should be making food preparation. When there is no food inside the stomach, when there is no food inside the stomach, you can't really enjoy production. So we have to make the people that are on the welfare should be cooking. Let them at least morning, afternoon, night. The three solid meals should be made available for people. And most of the time, me personally, I work with, okay, I feed people by 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock, they receive their afternoon food, and uh, by 6 or 7 in the evening, they are fed as well. So, and with that, people will be good to go. They really enjoy their time and they will go. Then you can also have a break depending on how you want the work to go. You can decide, okay, you want to shoot 5 scenes in a day. You can start with that. So if you have all the necessary equipment, you can take your time with shooting. You might not need to rush. You might take your time by shooting five scenes, 6 scenes, or depending on whatever you want. So you can take your time with the shooting. So it might not necessarily have to be 20 something 6 scenes in a day. So because of in Nigeria here, we just thank God for everything. Yeah, there are some people that do shoot so many scenes and everybody will be stressed. So you can take your time when you are shooting. Okay, and all the crew should also be ready to work. They should know their different stage. You should know their different role at the production stage. You shouldn't be telling, oh no, you at least before at the pre-production stage, everybody should be able to do everything necessary to really magnify their office. So that is then going to the post-production. We talk about the post-production, that's the editing stage, where each of those shots will be edited. Each of those shots that the cameraman takes, we take different shots. I didn't mention that in for production because I'm still going to have a tutorial on that. So we take different shots, and the different shots will be combined together to make a movie. So editing is always the most stressful part of it. I'm not saying because as as an editor, I'm saying it as a filmmaker, because that's what I've seen. A person can shoot for 3 days or 4 days or even a week. An editor cannot edit in a week. We edit for 1 month, can edit for 1 month, can edit for 2 months. Some I've even seen some edited for 1 year. So because of how heavy and stressful that work is, so you have to combine several shots together and make it as a whole film. Then the background effects, the background sound, as I said, the person that will be handling that should know the mood of each of the scene, make sound available and send the sounds to the editor. So special effects and subtitling and all those ones are under post-production. The movie will be exported out and will be released. So that's the post-production. So let me just stop here on the overview of what production. Later I'm still going to talk about some terminologies too as well. So but at least with this overview you have the understanding of what it is, what are those things that are involved with movie production. So and if I have not mentioned some of the crew, you can also, if you don't have if you have some questions for this very video, you can send them in the comment section, or you can drop them with your coordinator Saz and Ma. All right, so I'll be so glad and be happy to attend to some of these questions. So thank you so much. I remain Joshua Bamdele. All right, we'll meet next time. Thank you. Bye.